Hey family, welcome to Stencil Sunday, hosted by Kristy from Funky Junk Boutique and Mary from the Painted Peach by Mary. So we're going to start with these two trays that I picked up from Dollar Tree. These trays are new to me. Some of you may have seen them. I'm going to paint them with Waverly White chalk paint. I'm sure you all have seen people paint before, but I'm going to do one coat on the inside and on the outside. And I'm just paint, 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 paint. So here I did the inside. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to paint the outside. Spray it with a little water. That helps the paint move around some. And I'm going to do these to both of them. And again, I only did one coat of paint. And then a little bit of drying. So here I'm showing you that they are both painted. Now this is Documents and Flowers from Magnolia Design Code. These are rub-on transfers. My link to Magnolia will be in the description. So here I'm just going to trace on the outside so I can get somewhat of dimensions for what the inside may or may not be. I will have to trim that down. And no, these are not cut straight. Tracy does not know how to cut a straight line without a paper trimmer. So here I'm just testing the fit. It's still a little too big, so I'm going to cut off some on the side. Then I'm going to test that, and it's still a little bit too big, so I'm going to cut off just a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, that is a better fit, but we're going to go ahead and I'm testing the other tray because not all trays are equal from Dollar Tree. So here I'm seeing where I want to cut at, and so I'm just going to do this opposite corner, and I'm just going to follow the uneven line of the first one, but it's okay. Nobody will notice. Nobody will notice. So I'm just testing the fits again. Okay, here I'm just going to take off the protective backing sheet. And then I'm going to put this in center-ish. I think I got it in there pretty good. Then I'm just going to rub it down with my finger. And then here I come in with my tool. And I'm just rubbing, 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 making sure I get it all down. Make sure you get in the corners and any place where it goes up the side just a tad. And we're just making sure it's all down really, really well. I don't know why I rubbed so long. I guess I was just ensuring it was down. All right, then I'm going to pick up one of these corners and peel slowly in case anything comes up. And it went down very good. So here I'm just going to take the backer sheet and press down and rub down, make sure there's no bubbles or anything. And that is all down completely. Here I'm just ensuring that it's in that corner. And there it is. I'm going to do the second one, which I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and you'll see it later. Here I have the leaf stencils, also from Magnolia. These are mesh transfers. So here I'm just going to fuzz it and fuzz it and fuzz it. This helps it not to stick so much to the surface that you're putting the stencil on. And I'm just seeing where I want to place this. So I'm going to put this in that corner. Then I'm just going to rub this down and make sure there are no bubbles and the transfer is completely down. And I'm going to do the same with this one. And I'm going to fuzz it and fuzz it and fuzz it and fuzz it. Then I'm going to place it like opposite corner from the other one. And here I place this one down. And I'm just rubbing, making sure there are no bubbles under it, and it is completely down. Okay, here I'm going to use Berry Blue ink paste, which means this is permanent once it is heat set. So here I'm just going to put it on and try to continue going in the same direction. Sometimes I don't, but this helps it from smearing underneath. And you want to pull slow. It seems like I'm pulling it fast, but I sped up the video. Then here I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And you'll see on this one, I did not ensure that this was fully down on the surface before I put the stencil on top. Okay, so here I am pulling and I can see part of the rub-on transfer is coming up. So I'm going to go to the opposite side and I'm pulling slow since I can see it's pulling it. I did not ensure that this was fully rubbed down before I put the transfer on or the stencil on top. But it's okay. I was able to save my stencil and you won't be able to see that once I put the resin in. So here I'm using magic resin, which can be purchased at magicresin.com. I'm going to do 4 ounces. And I'm going to use 2 ounces of part A, 2 ounces of part B. I got some pearls, some colored glass, some glitter, and some sparkly dust. Now, I do not use the pearls, but I also went around the outside with UV resin because these trays, we don't know if they're sealed properly, and I don't want my resin to run on the outside. So I'm just going to pour this in, and this particular mixture is 3 ounces of the 4 ounces, and it has the sparkly dust in it. So I'm trying to do equal parts in each tray, and I think I poured just a little bit more in that first tray than this tray. Excuse me, but I'm going to scrape it all out. I know you all didn't need to see this, but resin is expensive, so I'm trying to get as much of it out as possible to ensure that I don't waste any of it. Yeah, y'all didn't need to see all this, but that's what we do. We make sure we scrape, 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 and make sure we get all of it that we can. I'm going to set that to the side, and y'all didn't need to see this either. I am using 99% alcohol to clean off my stick. I do this immediately after I use it so that it doesn't start to cure on there. I mean, it's silicone, so it'll come off, but it's just easier to spray it with alcohol and wipe it down. So here, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I know what I'm doing, but off to the side, I don't know what I'm doing. And here I have 1 ounce mixture, and this has the blue glitter in it. I didn't use that much glitter because I didn't want the glitter to overtake the resin where you couldn't see the image. That would be the surface. So here again, I'm just scraping that off. And I did pour this in both of them, and I'm just going to let resin do what it does. It moves around, so that's why I kind of just drizzled it all over. Here I'm cleaning that stick as well. And then I didn't want it dripping everywhere. I don't know why I wiped the cup. It could have waited. It could have waited, but it's just me. I clean as I go. When I'm not filming, I clean as I go, so that's just habit. So forgive me for the pause and the action. So here I'm using my heat tool to blow out the bubbles. Now you can use alcohol. I just prefer using my heat tool because it moves the resin around, moves some of the glitter and stuff around. So that's why I use my heating tool, and it pops quite a few of the bubbles. Now I don't have this on high heat. It is on medium heat so that it doesn't blow the resin out of the tray. Okay, here are my blue rocks, which I use Dr. Martin's ink to color these rocks. This glass. This is the silver glass filler that you can buy from Michael's. And all I did was put on a paper towel, or I put it in a cup, put a few drops of the ink in, stirred it, put it on paper towel to dry. I had my color blue. And they have a lot of colors in it, and that's available on Amazon. I will also link that in my description. So here you can see me just putting more of it in, and I could have dumped it in, but I feel if you do it this way, it will retain its sparkle. So here I'm just moving it around, and you will see at the end there's a lot more glass in there than this, but I didn't want it on top of each other so that when I actually use this tray, or if someone buys this tray, that the glass is not sticking above the resin. So that's why I'm taking the time to push it down and make sure it's below the surface of the resin. Because as resin cures, it does shrink some. So I want to make sure it's below the level. So here I'm still faffing with the rocks or the glass. So I can't even talk. And here I'm adding more glass to it. I'm just doing a little bit at a time so it doesn't clump up. And then here I go again, moving a piece that decided to drift. And some of these pieces will drift. That I don't mind. I'm going to let resin do what it does, and it will drag some of the glass to the middle. And here I'm just moving it around more, checking it. And there it is. Look at all the sparkly. Sorry if it's going fast. I should have left this part out and let it do what it does. But there it is. It's so sparkly. Because when you take pictures, you can't see all the sparkly goodness. Look at that. Didn't that just come out so pretty? Again, thank you so much for joining me, family. Hope you like, subscribe, and follow. Thank you to Kristy and Mary for another event. Bye.